Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. There's a lady on Fox News. Her name is Harris Faulkner, and she's suing the Hasbro toy company for $5 million because they have a hamster called the Harris Faulkner hamster. Yeah. The Harris Faulkner hamster.
So
she says it's her name, and she doesn't want the hamster to have her name.
Wow.
$5 million. Carter Oosterhouse is on the phone. I wonder if any Hasbro's toys are named after Carter Oosterhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a handsome guy. Did you know?
He's a hot guy.
He's been with us before. Right?
He's got that rugged look to him, almost a bad boy look.
I bet he hates that.
He's a nice guy.
No, he probably doesn't hate being handsome. He probably hates always hearing about it, though, right? Carter Oosterhouse has been with us before. He's a lifestyle and home improvement expert. He was voted People Magazine's sexiest man on TV. He probably hates that, too. He is, not that he got it, but that people keep mentioning it. He's also the host of the FYI television network show called Row House Showdown. And I love this topic, actually. Tips and tricks for home improvement projects. I just love this topic, because one of these days I'm going to be the handyman that God meant for me to be. That's what I think. Carter, good morning, Carter. How you doing?
Joe's cleaning the
guys.
windows.
How are you?
I think last time you were on with us, you just got married. Were you married like in the last?
Oh my gosh, was that long ago? That's crazy. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be.
I think so.
That could be. I seem to remember you were newlywed. So how's it? How's the marriage? Okay, everything all right?
So far, so good. You know, our anniversary's coming up, so.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. So what kind of home improvement projects are you gonna help us with?
Oh, you name it. I got I got it all. We got all kinds of good home improvement projects. You know, we just got done. Well, first off, we just got done shooting this show in New York, this new FYI show, and I tell you what. People shooting in New York could be the hardest thing in the world.
Do you know? I think last time you were on, you were talking about toilet paper rolls.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I was because yes, I did it. I was working on another project in New York, but this one,
right?
This latest one we did was a new project that we shot in New York, and it's about bringing the greenery into the space, into the home. So we're doing a whole renovation, and we're bringing a lot of floral into it as well. So it was kind of fun. And the idea, the concept is if you can do it in New York, you can pretty much do it anywhere.
And New York is the city. You know, I grew up there, and now it is so much better because people, and not just indoors but outdoors. There's so many more trees and stuff now than when I was a kid, like in the 70s.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's probably a little cleaner, I'd imagine, huh?
It seems like it. Yeah, I would say, yeah. But I like the idea of plants. We have one little plant in the studio here. We need more, Robin. We need more plants.
Yeah, that would be pretty. That would be real pretty.
So that's kind of an easy one to do. But is there something?
Oh my God! It was not an easy project. It was
really.
We did 10 episodes, and it was hot, and it was muggy. It was the summer, and sweltering in the heat. You know how it is in New York City, and so it was tough. We shot for about 6 weeks, and we shot 10 episodes. And it was really a challenge, but because we did the traditional renovation, shot it in 2 days or whatever renovations are on TV these days, So
I see what you mean.
Really
yeah,
quick
yeah,
and tough, but it was. I think the outcome is going to be really nice, and so that show should start airing. I think in the fall or the winter time. But a fun show to shoot, but today I give people the opportunity to enter Sweepstakes to win $15,000, which is really fun.
Oh, wow.
What I'm doing is I'm working with Advil, and we're teaming up, and we want people to upload images of them failing or nailing a project, and if they upload it to Twitter and or Instagram and hashtag DIY relief and hashtag Advil Sweepstakes, of them failing or nailing a project. So if they nailed a porch they put on, or if they completely failed a project of doing something,
oh my
we're
goodness,
pick the winner, and the winner gets $15,000 and a call from me to help them on their next DIY project.
So wow. it's hashtag DIY relief, and what's the other hashtag?
Advil Sweepstakes.
Advil Sweepstakes. Okay, so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so the fun, I mean the submissions have been coming in and they're so fun to see.
I bet the fail are better than the nail, right?
Well, see, we don't know who's going to win. We're not like going one side or the other. It's just going to be we're going to just choose the best one, and so obviously some people are having fun with it, and we're seeing some pretty epic fails, which is really amazing to see.
Can we see them?
Well, yeah, you can go online, go onto Twitter, and you can just type it in, and you'll see them.
Oh, okay.
They're there. People are sending them in. So.
Okay. I want to go look at them. Yeah. Oh, wow. So it's going to be hard to beat. I'm sure there's a lot of people doing this.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have sent them in, but we're still looking for more submissions. The submissions we'll stop taking them September 7th, and then after that we'll choose the winner, and it's gonna be fun because look, everybody loves to get a little bit of extra pocket change, and 15,000 is nothing to sneeze at, and especially helping with a new DIY project. That would go a long way.
Right.
And you also stressed how what the importance is of using the right tools for each job. It's not like somebody can buy a table saw and then just sort of convert it into something else without doing danger or harm to themselves.
Well, absolutely. I mean, when you have the right tools that you're working on, look, projects are about preparation and planning. And so whether it's you're putting a new garden, which will go a long way on your home, it adds to the curb appeal, working on your front door, your porch, those things go a really long way. It's like painting a room. They make a big impact, and they're not a huge budget. They don't just wrap up your complete budget. But having the right tools as well, is a prep and plan. And when you have the right tools, I mean, we were shooting the show in New York, and it was amazing because my co-host on the show, her name's Frederique Vanderwall, and she was on the show, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing! When you have the right tools, Carter, you can do just about anything." Which is totally true. When you have the right tools, you can really complete a lot of stuff, and so it's just about prep and planning.
Right. Waterbeds haven't been around for a long time, but I'll never forget trying to put a waterbed together with a regular screwdriver.
Yeah.
And then somebody brought over a power screwdriver, and it made all the difference in the world.
Sure, you probably got the job done in like no time when you would have been sitting there, and it was going to take you forever.
By the way, I hated waterbeds. So.
Are they still around anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if they're still around anymore at all, but it was a fad for sure for a little while.
You also talk about painting, about just not flat painting walls, but being creative with stencils and designs.
Yeah, painting, especially if you're in an apartment. I've been insulated in New York, so I just have that on my head so far. But if you're in an apartment or you're renting and you don't love the wall color, and you don't want to paint the entire space, think of maybe just a focal wall. Focal wall will go a long way. Even if you have 4 walls and they're very large and you don't want to paint them all, just paint one of them and just have that pop of color in there. Wallpaper is something that is still very on trend right now. And we've had that craze of where wallpaper went away, and then it has definitely come back. And there's so many different styles and patterns that are just great to use. But again, that's still, I've been in this business for 15 years, and it still seems like painting and wallpaper are the #1 thing that you can do into your home to make a huge impact.
Do you know, you have patios on the list here, and I was thinking about the difference between New York and Florida. In Florida, we have patios, but so many people have screened-in patios because of all the mosquitoes. We got a lot of mosquitoes here.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And patios are quite easy to, figure out how to lay them out. Just take stakes and string, and then if you string, around the stakes, I mean, that's a way to get a size or the approximate look of how big your patio is going to be, and it costs really nothing to do. Just stakes and string out the size of where your patio is going to go. Get the square footage of that layout, run into your big box store or your hardware store and say, this is the patio, this is how big, this is the square footage I want to do, I want to make my patio, and then you can get an approximate of how much it's going to cost you.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, a good way to plan.
That's a really good idea. All right, so the main thing we want to leave the audience with is the contest, correct?
Oh, absolutely. $15,000 sweepstakes. Upload your photos to Twitter, Instagram, #DIY Relief, #Advil Sweepstakes, of you failing or nailing a project, and we're going to vote after September 7th.
Photos or videos, or both?
Photos.
Just photos, okay. Failing
Yeah.
or nailing a project. Carter, one of these days we'll meet you in person. Thank you for coming on the show with us, as you do.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
It is fun. We will take a break. Be right back.
Is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today with a thunderstorm around during the afternoon and evening hours. The high 89 to 93. Partly cloudy overnight, low 73 to 77. Times of sun and clouds tomorrow with an afternoon thunderstorm in the area, high 89 to 93.